Dan Brown, Toy and Plastic Brick Museum, Blair, Ohio. You're currently standing in the gift shop for the Toy and Plastic Brick Museum, which is actually a Lego store. We had it designed by the Lego company, and we were supposed to be a closeout store. And when Lego and I had our falling out, that was the end of that. So we had this big, nice, empty store. But it was designed by them, and it did a nice job. So we filled it with different things that closeout items and different items that basically don't have a home. Mm-hmm. So this is the land of homeless toys. So, come on down, buy some stuff that's no longer available for sale anywhere else, and except maybe on BrickLink or one of the other online forums. And, we've got all kinds of weird and wild stuff. So we have eBayers that come down and buy from us all the time because, the prices obviously go up on a lot of this items. But, we have newer figures and things like that. But most of the stuff is things that are no longer available.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you want to show some of these sets, I know you've got all sorts of stuff here. You've got some stuff that's kind of more recent, but even some things like
you go back in time. I mean, you get back further back down. The older Hobbit sets, Galaxy Squad still on the shelf, so I can't show that because World Racers, we still got World Racers. Mm-hmm. Ninjagos of the originals, the creator sets, Lego movies, that's newer stuff. But then you get into Monster Fighters. I've still got the original Monster Fighters on the shelf. Aqua Raiders. How many Alien Conquest? The Baraki Bionicle things. How many of these do you still have on the shelf? I mean, they're...
You can't walk into Walmart and get that set.
Not in 2 or 3 years. So, and then even, the original build kits that they have for, like, Lego education programs, things like that. We've got a lot of, very, very unique type items. So we try and pick up whatever weird things we can come up with. European... well, that one's open, so somebody already had some fun with that one. European models. So we, poly bags and things like that. We turned around and picked up just weird whatever, and if the kids can enjoy them, then they enjoy them. And of course, the fig wall. That's been a huge hit.
Are these mostly newer, or all just kind of from all different eras?
All different eras. Okay. You name it, it's been here. Original creation items. I can't call him Michael Jackson, but there's Michael Jackson. Everything. Anything that's available, we try and stock at least one of from one time or another. We add to it constantly. You never know what somebody's going to want. We've had people come in and want Darth Vaders. We've had people come in and want, Obi-Wan Kenobis. We've had people that come in and want the original, Aqua figures,
sure.
Mermaids. Mermaids sell like wildfire. Miners. This area, miners. Everyone's buying miners. So, as you can see, we have a lot of open spots. So, we're actually doing okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know minifigs are very popular, so that's, I'm sure, fairly popular with the people that come in.
The series figures are very, very popular. We sell the series figures either open or not. So once we get too many of the non-opens, we turn around, we break them open, and put them into the fig walls as well. But we try and keep it nice and so anybody who comes in can find something they want. We also do a lot of African American figures. That's been a big theme for us because a lot of people don't have that. So I bought, I think, 10,000 African American heads.
Wow.
So smiley faces. So I was able to turn around and to this day I'm able to make figures, black figures that can turn around and if a little girl wants a figure that looks like her, she'll get it. So it's not, she doesn't have to buy a yellow figure and say, I might use my imagination. She gets a figure that has her skin tone. So that's been very, very popular for us. And, again, it's one of those things where I wanted to do that, and that was kind of the thing that I want to become all-inclusive for everybody.
Yeah, that's really cool that you're able to do that then and get a large collection of the heads to do that with.
And 30,000 SpongeBob heads. Never forget, 30,000 SpongeBob heads. So, yeah, if 200 years from now, I will still have SpongeBob heads. I'll be long dead, but I'll have SpongeBob heads. I'll probably get buried in a casket made of SpongeBob heads.
Yeah, and then down here along the rest of the store, what else do you have?
Oh, you name it, we get it. We've got some of the original T-shirts from our builds that we did. Bionicle hats.
Whoa, okay.
You name it, we get it. If it's old and weird and strange, and somebody has a bunch of it, we'll try and snag it up because we just want something that's cool. So when they come in, they get something that they can't get anywhere else. A lot of brick arms and things like that. Also, that's a big seller for us.
Okay. Yeah, and these are from your
Scala. We still have Scala. Yeah, I mean, how many stores do you know that still have a collection of Scala on the shelf?
Not many, yeah, that's very unusual. So you really get the older themes going there as well. Then this is just what? These are just piles random of parts. Yeah. Mars mission tires type?
Yeah, just random parts. Kids like to build things, so we turn around and we have, we just had a Cub Scout lock-in. and we used a bunch of those during the Cub Scout lock-in to turn around and do races. So they had to build with different types of tires so that the way they could, do different types of cars. So one of them was big tire theme, one was small tire theme, one was dragging a block. So you had to put 2 tires on and come up with a way to drag the block down so it bounced down the ramp. So it was just fun stuff.
Yeah, well, then that's really cool. And I like these shirts over here. This is your Brick Show Bel Air, Ohio shirt from the world record Yellow Castle build you did? Yes,
that one, it didn't become a world record. It was just a kind of a record build.
Okay.
The world record we have is downstairs. That's the tractor trailer. That was the world's largest Lego image.
Gotcha.
And then they changed it to world's largest image made of bricks. Long story. Funny, but long story. But we did a couple of other theme builds, which was the Yellow Castle, the longest Yellow Castle, and then we turned around and did the tallest tower. We ended up with about 58 feet of the tallest tower, and eventually, once Lego stops beating their own records, we're going to come and beat them. So we're going to have some fun. And ours is freestanding. Theirs isn't. So even though they say it is.
Yeah. All these technicalities,
Yeah, the rules.
Well, that's really cool. That store's really nice. And yeah, I love how you got the whole thing laid out and, the yellow shells and everything. It makes it feel like a Lego feel.
I love the classic look. I mean, the new stores, I enjoy the product, but they just don't have the nostalgic feel of the stores the way they used to. But again, I'm biased because I have one. So but the yellow theme is here, and it's here to stay.
Yeah, very cool. Thanks for taking us through that.
Well, thank you, and send lots of people to gift shop. That pays the bills.